good at football, aren't we? Norwich 0, Leeds 3, match review of the game, absolutely unbelievable. As Ramblings on the South and say, take this in. This is just unbelievable. I never thought I'd see so quickly a team just so impressive, just so knows what it's doing, and it just excels in absolutely every position on the pitch. You know, there's not one weakness in this team at the minute. This is quite frankly the best I think I've ever seen of Leeds since the Champions League days. I cannot think of anything that comes close. Maybe Simon Grayson's era, but this is just on the next level. Defensive solidity, control in the midfield, creativity, tons of goals throughout the pitch, goal sources throughout the pitch. Let's be honest, the only person who's not been involved in the goal yet, as far as I'm aware, is Gaetano Berardi, and that sums it up really. But you look at the performance overall today. Yes, first 15 minutes, we don't start the game particularly well, but Pontus Jansson, what a difference he makes. An absolute man mountain, solid, warrior, just does absolutely everything you want from a defender at this level. Yeah, he wasn't at his best last season, but he wasn't playing alongside a solid partner last season. He was having to worry, all the time. You had Matthew Pennington, whoever who tried to play alongside him, it didn't work. He had to cover him all the time. He was a one-man defence all season. Today, Gaetano Berardi alongside him, like he had Kyle Bartley in his first season at the club alongside him, and he was able to focus on just his job, and he excels when he does that. Tackles, blocks, winning everything in the air, he just does it. I've started with Pontus Jansson because he set the tone for this game. First 15 minutes we were stretched a little bit, but he made 2 goal-saving blocks. One off Timo Pukki and one off Jordan Rhodes, and it's goals both set. It's probably a goal, at least one of them, and that sets the tone then. And then 15 minutes, we are being stretched, we're not really getting ourselves on the ball, and then our Polish overlord decides, nah, you're not having this anymore, I'm taking control of this game. He gets himself a goal, he gets himself on the ball, and he starts to run the game. Matthews Click, take a bow, absolutely superb, once again. I'm not even surprised, to be honest with you. He had a bad game against Swansea, he's not going to put 2 bad games together. He's an absolute magician in this team, he's just the perfect player for this team. He's the Ruben Neves of the side, as I've said many times. He dictates the tempo, and we'll start on that first goal. Pablo Hernandez, our other magician, it's just unbelievable. We talk about great partnerships, but Matthews Click and Pablo Hernandez are just on the same wavelength. They cause absolute havoc. Both score 3 goals each. It's just unbelievable having that kind of source of goals, creativity, determination, ability to press, energy. Just it's a duo, those two on the right hand side. Pablo on the right. Click on the right hand side of midfield, it forms such a great partnership on that side of the pitch, and it just causes so many problems. And then you got Luke Ayling on the overlap, and it's incredible to watch. But you go for the first goal, it's a Pablo Hernandez has spotted Alioski making that run from out to win again onto the back post. Header, he made the header as well. There's still a lot to do on that. He gets the power on it, forces the keeper into a save, and then it falls to Click. And it's not an easy finish that at all. The ball's dropping out of the air. He's got 2 defenders on the line, he's got a keeper flying out at him, he's got defenders all around there, and he just slops it away and he's looking around like, what's the fuss about? This is Matthews Click. There's no surprise he scores that goal. But a lot of players blast that over the bar, but Click, there's no chance in a million years he's missing that. There was no doubt in the back of my mind, as soon as I saw that dropping down on the volley, that's going in the back of the net, no problem, 1-0. And we're stretched for the first 15 minutes, but on our first attack we get a goal. And then you go on to the second goal in pretty quick succession. Again, Alioski making that run from out to win. Not really getting enough credit for me today from what I've seen on Twitter. He was absolutely brilliant. I've said in the Derby review, he is great at making those out to win runs into the back post and get into goal scoring positions like he did last season. He didn't really have the opportunity last season for several reasons really to make those runs, but he causes so many problems. He doesn't really take on players that much. He's not really a natural out and out wide player. He's not a swing crosses into the box all game and etc or be involved in every single minute of the game. But he is very influential in this team. So we go on to the goal. Barry Douglas, great clips pass into Kemar Roof. Kemar Roof, selfless again, moves towards that right hand channel. Lovely touch, perfect weight on the touch. And then it just takes Ivo Pinto, their right back, out of the game. Alioski makes that run. Yeah, you can say the keeper should do better, but it's an absolutely brilliant finish. The power on it's great. And he's just slotted it into that near post. And after that, we look really comfortable. I've said about Click, he just controls the game. Pablo Hernandez is just picking every pass he can, playing absolutely, just causing havoc, really. He started the game on that right-hand side, but he was just all over the place, in a good sense, by the way. He was a midfield pivot with Calvin at times. He was on that left-hand side at times. He gets the goal from that left-hand side. He was in the middle of the park. He was on that right-hand side. He was just causing absolute havoc. And for a person of his age to have that fitness, the ability to press is just unbelievably good. It's just so impressive. You know, if I get to Pablo's age and I'm able to, you know, play with that kind of energy, I'll be a happy man, to be honest with you. So going to the second half, we get the goal. Pablo Hernandez, brilliant bit of movement, just sidesteps the defender, and it's just a great finish. And after that, we looked really comfortable. And I think in every single sense of the word, this was another great performance. We excelled in every position. Defensively, we've not given the chance away all game. You know, Bailey Peacock-Farrell hasn't had anything to do. The midfield's control things. We've had creativity from out wide. Cameron Roof's got involved, and we've created tons of chances. It's just a perfect performance again. And it's everything you want. From an away performance, I don't think you can get much better than what we've done at Derby and what we've done at Norwich. And to an extent, you know, you even look at Swansea, you know, at second half, you know, the last 20 minutes. What I didn't touch on with that Swansea review is we could have had a penalty in that game as well. You know, Patrick Bamford getting fouled, and we could easily, quite easily, be looking at 5 wins in a row. You know, in the end, we've got 4. You know, it sounds like I'm moaning here, but I'm just saying this is just unbelievable at the minute. We are absolutely excelling in every position, and that's so rare for any team at this level. I watched a bit of Middlesbrough last night. That is going to be a tough game. Middlesbrough have got some top players all over the pitch. They've got, you know, a good manager in Tony Pulis, but they're not excelling in every position like we are. They've not showing that same level of creativity as we have. And this is what I think is the reason we're top of the table. We're perfect in almost every position. At the moment we are. And we've probably got the best, well, we have got the best tactician in the league in Bielsa. And I've not given Bielsa enough praise. It's another absolutely terrific performance. You know, I thought maybe the Swansea game might have hurt the players a little bit, but they've just come out with that little bit more hunger, that bit more desire. I'm not saying they didn't have desire against Swansea, but Bielsa's obviously given them that belief over the last couple of days. You know, he's not panicked too much. Only one change with Pontus coming in, and just being brilliant. You know, and I look at the back 4 as well. With Luke Ayling, Pontus and Berardi and Douglas. Is there a better back 4 in that league? You look at Matthias Klick. Is there a better midfield playmaker in the league? Look at Pablo Hernandez. Is there a more creative player in the league? This is why we're top of the table at the minute. We've got excelling in every position. And then my man of the match today is Matthias Klick. Absolutely superb again. The Polish Modric does absolutely everything you want in that midfield. Creates, presses, wins the ball back. Energy, just got everything you need in that team. Scoring goals, just what more can you want? You know, it's just another perfect performance. Yeah, first 15 minutes he starts slow, but he just runs the game for the next 75. You know, other contenders, Pontus, you know, pretty much had Jordan Rhodes in his pocket for the whole game, and that is really impressive. You know, Jordan Rhodes, movement-wise, and getting into those goal-scoring positions, I don't think there's a much better striker at this level. You're going to get much better at this level. So to do that, you know, for Jordan Rhodes not to get a chance in the whole game reflects really well on Pontus. He won everything in the air. 2 crucial blocks. I've mentioned it before. He's a contender. KP in that midfield quarterback role was just absolutely outstanding as well. Pablo was just unbelievable as well. Magician, just everything about Pablo is just awesome. And it's just a brilliant performance all round. You know, make sure you leave in the comments down below your thoughts on the game today, who your man of the match was, and just how excited you are by this Leeds team.